A warm welcome to you all. Today, in this session, I will be discussing about the influence line for continuous beam. So before entering into the lecture, we have to know about the Muller-Breslau principle because it is one of the easiest way to draw the influence line. So it is a method to determine the influence line. This principle states that ordinate of influence line diagram for a reactive force is given by ordinate of elastic curve if a unit deflection is applied in the direction of reactive force. So in this video, I am going to solve one problem using this Muller-Breslau principle. Draw the influence line for reaction at A for the continuous beam shown in figure. Compute the influence line ordinate at 1 meter intervals. So they have given a 2-span continuous beam which is shown in figure. The length of the span AB is 5 meter and length of the span BC is also 5 meter. Here they are asking to find out the influence line for reaction at A. And they have mentioned the influence line ordinate is to be determined at every 1 meter intervals. So to find the reaction at A. So what is the first step? So to find the reaction at A, so the first step is to draw the influence line diagram. First we have to know what is the procedure of the Muller-Breslau principle. First we have to remove the restraint and we have to give a unit displacement in the direction of that reactant. Here they are asking to find out the reaction at A, so we have to give RA which is equal to 1. Here we can see I have given RA which is equal to 1 at the support A. So the next step is to find RB, RC because these are all the reactions in the given beam. So the next step is to find the reactions RB and RC. How we can find? By taking the moment about some point. First I am going to take the moment about this point C. So by taking moment about this point I can find out the RB value. So RB which is equal to -2. The next thing is the equilibrium condition. As we know about the 3 equilibrium condition, summation of moment 0, summation of horizontal force 0 and then summation of vertical forces 0. So by using the equilibrium equation, summation of vertical force is equal to 0, we can get the value of RC. So by Muller-Breslau principle, first we have given RA which is equal to 1 at the support A. Next we have find out RB by taking moment about the point C, and then we have find out RB by using the equilibrium equation, RC by using the equilibrium equation, summation of vertical is equal to 0. So this is the first step. The first step is to find the reactions RA, RB and RC. So the next step is moment equation. So the moment equation is moment about x which is equal to minus EI d squared y by dx squared, which means we have to take the moment at the x distance. Here we can see two sections. The first section is AB and then the second section is BC. So at x distance the deflection will be yxa and in the second portion the deflection will be yxa because we have given the unit deflection at the A, support A. So the deflection at some x distance corresponds to that unit displacement. So YAA represent the deflection at the support A. So first we have to take the moment about the x. So here the reaction is RC into x. As you know the value of RC is 1. So 1 into x minus, as we know the RB value is 2. So next one is 2 into x minus 5. Next minus EI d squared y by dx squared is x minus 2 into x minus 5 but plus EI d squared y by dx squared which is equal to minus x plus 2 into x minus 5. So this is the moment equation. So here we have to represent this as a moment equation. So in the next one we have to integrate the moment equation to get the slope equation. So by integrating the moment equation, we will get the slope equation. By integrating d squared y by dx squared, we will get dy by dx. By integrating minus x, we will get minus x squared divided by 2 plus c1. c1 which represent the constant for the first section, and by integrating x minus 5, we will get x minus 5 whole square divided by 2. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, so that we will get x minus 5 whole square. So this is the slope equation. So the next thing is deflection equation. By integrating the slope equation, we will get the deflection equation. By integrating x square, we will get x cube divided by 3. 3 into 2 becomes 6. By integrating c1, we will get c1x by plus c2 is the constant, plus by integrating this x minus 5 whole square, we will get x minus 5 the whole cube divided by 3. So this is the deflection equation. So the next step is to find the constants C1 and C2. To find the constants C1 and C2, we need two boundary conditions. Here I have represented two boundary conditions. At x is equal to 0, y is 0, and x is equal to 5, y is 0. From the influence line diagram, we can see this is the 0 point because x is starting at the support C. So this is the 0 point. At that point, the deflection is 0. So at x is equal to 0, y is 0, which means at the starting point, the deflection is 0. At x is equal to 5 means at the support B. At the support B, the deflection is also 0. Here we can see the deflection is 0. So these two are the boundary conditions. By applying these boundary conditions, we can get the values of C1 and C2. So these are the boundary conditions. So by applying at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, in this deflection equation, we will get the value of C2 as 0, and then by applying x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 0, in the same deflection equation, we will get the value of another constant. Now we have to frame the equation as yxa divided by yaa, yxa divided by yaa, to draw the influence line diagram. So first we have to find yxa. So it is very simple. This is the deflection equation. In this deflection equation, you have to substitute y as yxa. Okay, and then keep substitute the value of C1. So the value of C1 is 4.167, and then the value of C2 is 0. So by substituting the C1 value and C2 value, we will get the equation for yxa. Then we have to derive the equation for this point yaa. So here comes the figure. This is the starting point of the x. This point x is 0. As you know, at the x will be 5 at the support B and x will be 10 at the support A, which means at x is equal to 10 meter, the deflection y is equal to yyaa. So this is the boundary condition. So how it arrived? At x is equal to, which means at support A, x which is equal to 10 meter. So we have to substitute at x is equal to 10 in the same deflection equation, so that we will get yaa. So yaa which is equal to minus 83.33 whole divided by ei. Now the influence line ordinate at x which is equal to, as I have said earlier, yxa divided by yaa. So the yxa equation is 1 divided by ei minus x cube divided by 6 plus 4.167x plus x minus 5 whole cube divided by 3 whole divided by minus 83.33 divided by ei. Now the flexural rigidity ei and this ei will get cancelled. After that we will get this final equation. This is the influence line ordinate for the reaction at B. In this problem, they have asked to find out the influence line ordinate at every 1 meter interval. As we know, the length of the span is 10 meter. We have to split into as 1 meter. So initially the starting point of x is 0. After that the value of x is 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on up to 10. So the starting point, at the starting point the value is 1, as you know. First we have to substitute x is equal to 0 in that equation, so we'll get the value as 1. After that similarly we have to substitute 1, 2, 3 and so on, so we get those values for the influence line ordinate for the reaction at B. Now we have to substitute those values in the diagram. So this is the starting point of the x. Then we substitute x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, the reaction RB is 0. So this is the starting point. Now I am going to substitute all those values in the influence line diagram. At this point x is equal to 0, and at 1 meter distance the x value, which means the ordinate value, is minus 0.048. So at this point the value is minus 0.084. At this point the value is, which means at 3 meter distance. At 3 meter ordinate the value is minus 0.096, and then at 4 meter ordinate the value is minus 0.072. At the support B the value is 0. So next at the 6 meter distance the value is 0.128. At 7 meter distance the value is 0.304. At 8 meter distance the value is 0.516. And at 9 meter distance the value is 0.752. And at 10 meter distance the value is 1. Sometimes we will get confused at this point. You should be very clear that the starting point of the x is at C. So this is the 0, and then the next point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the support A the value of x is 10. So before entering the influence line ordinate, we can enter the values of the x meter, which means this point which represents 0, and then this point which represents 1, subsequently the value of other points. Value of this point is 2, and then the value of this point is 3, and then the value of this point is 4. Similarly we have to substitute those values, which means the distance of x meter from the starting point C. After that we can include the values of the influence line ordinate for reaction at B. So this is the procedure of Muller-Breslau principle to solve the indeterminate continuous beam. Hope you all understand how to solve a continuous beam problem and to draw a influence line diagram using Muller-Breslau principle. Thank you all for your pleasant listening. Once again, thank you.